Hello. Hi. Sorry I'm a little late. I'm just doing a little bit of stuff real quick. Hold on one second. Okay, so to whoever's here, hey. And okay, I'm here. So if anybody comes, hey Danishka. If that's how you pronounce your name, I don't know. Oh, thank you. You're so sweet. You are so sweet. I don't know about that, but so what I'm gonna do tonight is I have a full bag of of books. There's the word. Yes, I have practiced that name. I practiced it. I tried to see if it was the right name or not. I can call you Denny if that works. I'll do that. That was good. Um, oops, hold on, my hair's looking a little whatever right now. Okay, I think I'm good. I think I'm good. Or I'm okay. A little all over the place and looking kind of whatever. Just a little bit right here. I can't even get to it. That's not wanting to do nothing. Hey, Cozy. Ro. Ro. Hey, Ro. So, I don't, yes, I do have one Cozy mystery. It's not the first in the series, but, okay, I have this big old, it's a, reusable tote, and it's full of books that I got whenever the last time I went to, not the Goodwill closest to me, but the one like in the next, oh, it's not the next town, it's like 30 minutes away or something. I'm just banging about with all the names today. So, and this is what the bag looks like. I got it at Kroger. I got three, and I gave one to mom and one to my sister. And this is the one that I kept. The one mom chose, but I knew which one Heather would want. It had lemons on it, and she likes lemons. So this is what this one looks like. Blue spring with all the flowers and the orange handle. I like it. I like it a lot. Yeah, probably a little bit. I tried, but I don't know. I tried to do a book on an ebook on, it's one of the apps from the library. It's not, I can't think of what it is. It's, Let me see what it's called. Libby. On Libby. I tried to do the first in the Hannah Stevenson mystery series on Libby in ebook form, and I'm not an ebook person, and that's a flipping part of my hair. I don't like it. I need to cut it. I need to have my hair cut. Lord, my hair is just long and stringy and all over the place. Whoa! I'm crazy. Whatever. Who cares? But yes, I tried doing that, and it just wasn't my thing. And I feel guilty when I'm not reading like Cozy Mysteries because I'm in the Cozy Mystery group. So it's weird, but I don't have any Cozy Mysteries. I have one, one. So that's why I really haven't been reading. So, but I'm gonna go right ahead and show my books. Yay, books, yay! And only one of them's Cozy Mystery, and it's not the first in the series, but I had never heard of this series. But that's not, that book is like down there somewhere, way into the book. So the first book that I got, and I had the best luck that day. God was shining on me, smiling on me, whatever. Okay, thank you. Thank you for letting me know that, Josie. Um, but that day that I went, I was able to find like everything. I I could have bought probably $100 or $200 worth of books. I don't know if I would have bought that much. I don't know. A lot of the books I really wanted. I wanted. Well, I wouldn't say really wanted, but like I wanted them a good bit. So that's hence the huge bag full of books. It is full all the way to the top. And some of these, well, I think one or two are hardcover. Yes, hardcover. Yes. So the first one is Where the Red Fern Grows, and this is okay. It says come back a must read for kids 9 to 14. So I'm guessing it's middle grade. I've always just called it a kid's book, but now I know that there's a difference. So this is a Hi Storm. Um, this is a middle grade, and I'm gonna read what it says on the back. Sorry. A boy, his two dogs, and one big adventure. Billy has long dreamt of owning not one but two dogs. So when he's finally able to save up enough money for two pups to call his own, he's ecstatic. Soon, Billy and his hounds become the finest hunting team in the valley. The tragedy awaits these determined hunters, now friends, and in time Billy learns that hope can grow out of despair. Where the Red Fern Grows is a beloved classic that captures the powerful bond between man and man's best friend. It will stand the test of time as long as there are boys and girls who love their dogs and dogs who love them. And let's see. Let's see when this was first published. This is 1961, and this copyright was done in 2016. This book is 2016, but it originally came out in 1961. And I think I read it, either I read it in school or a teacher read it to us when I was in elementary school. And I don't know if y'all did this, but when I was in elementary school, we had what was called accelerated reader, where it was to get kids more into reading. And what you did was kids read books, and then they would take a short quiz on the book, because there were certain books in the library that were, well, I think most of the books in the library were on there, but it was not all of them were. And you read them, and then you logged in like a code or something. And what you did, you took the quiz or whatever, and you got points. And I know if your class got the most points at either the end of the semester or the end of the quarter or whatever, or either the end of the year. I don't remember that. But it was you would get a pizza party, and then I think you could get, I think you individually earned stuff, and that was, I don't remember when that was, but then like after a year or two of me doing it, then it started to be where it was like grade or whatever, like part of your reading grade was mixed in with it. So sorry, and it was more mandatory then or whatever. You had to do so many books a month or something. So I don't know if anybody else had that, but we would always just say AR points because it was accelerated reader, and we would always take the test on the computer and everything, and it was fun. I liked it until it became like mandatory or whatever. So yeah, that was the first book. Now this is the second book. Oh, that book. This book was by Wilson Rawls, Rawls, and then it has an introduction by Newbery Medal winner Claire Vanderpool. And I think, oh, the reason I was saying that about the AR stuff, the accelerated reader, is I think I might have read this book for that, or either the teacher read it to us and we all took tests on it and stuff like that. Does anybody else remember being in class or in school and going to the computer lab? Oh my gosh, I remember that. And oh my goodness, the computers were huge. How they all fit in that one room, I have no idea. It just seems like they were so much bigger than computers ever would be today. But you would go like at the class or whatever. It wasn't like every person had a computer. I mean, you might have had a computer that was like your computer in the computer lab that you went to each time, but it wasn't a thing that everybody had a laptop or everybody had a handheld computer. Yep, before we all had access to computers 24/7. Exactly. I loved Oregon Trail. Oh my gosh, that was my game. And I played, I don't remember what it was. It was some game with a frog. See, I had this, I'm a slow reader. Always been a slow reader since I first learned to read. My whole life, been a slow reader. That's just me. So, um, because of that, I was put in this after school reading program, and you played games on the computer, but they were learning games. And there was one that was like a mystery and something with a house or tree house, something. I don't know. There was like two, there was friends or something, a group of friends or something, and they sometimes you went underwater and different stuff. And I think some of it might have had something to do with learning to type or something. I loved that game. That was one of my favorite games. But it had like a mystery element to it. You were the deal of the game was to solve whatever mystery it was. So I thought it was cool. I liked it. But getting back to Burkhall, my next book, oh my goodness, hello. I think I'm back. I'm not sure though. Let me reload. Let's see. Am I live? Am I back? Is anybody here? I'm sorry that happened. I needed to charge my phone, and then for few minutes, I didn't have internet access. I don't know. I had it on my phone, but the computer just wouldn't connect or whatever. So yeah, I don't understand it, but I'm hoping I'm back. Looks like I'm back. I think. So sorry about that. And Cozy, it's fine. You were here, so yay. So yeah, I'm going to show the next book in the book hall. And this is a National Book Award winner. And it is The Fender by Janine Burkhall. A summer tale of four sisters, two rabbits, and a very interesting boy. And this is a series. Yeah, this is a series. And it says, yeah, it's winner of National Book Award for Young People's Literature. And it says, when the four Fenderwick sisters find themselves staying on a beautiful estate called Arundel for the summer holidays, they can't wait to explore the wonderful sprawling grounds. And even more wonderful, oh hey Melanie, I'm so sorry. I've been missing you too. Glad you could catch the live. There will be some yarn after the book haul, but the book haul is massive. There's, I think, 17 books, and I've already talked about one, so you can go back and look and see about that one. It was it's Where the Red Fern Grows. Oh, thank you. You're so sweet. Um. Okay, I'll just start over. When the four Penderwick sisters find themselves staying on a beautiful estate called Arundel for the summer holidays, they can't wait to explore the wonderful sprawling grounds. And even more wonderful is Geoffrey, son of Arundel's owner, the perfect companion for their the perfect companion for their summer adventures. But Geoffrey's mother is less than thrilled with the Penderwick sisters and warns the new friends to stay out of trouble, which of course they will, won't they? So this just sounds delightful. So to me, it sounds delightful. So I don't know if I can wait till middle grade March to read this. I may have to read this sooner because it sounds, like I said, if I haven't already said it enough, delightful. Okay, now here comes something that ain't delightful. I mean, it's, oops, I'm not the computer. I'm having all kind of trouble. Oh my goodness. This is not delightful. I mean, it would be enjoyable to read. I mean, I would like to read it, but it's not um, an enjoyable light book. It's a thriller. It's The Woman in Cabin 10 by Ruth Ware, and it's textured. The front of it, you see how it looks like rain? Well, it's textured. You can feel it. Can you see that it's kind of raised or whatever, just a little bit? Yeah, there, I think there you can see it a little, kinda. And this is instant New York Times bestseller. Okay, okay, that doesn't tell about it. Oh my goodness, I haven't even looked inside it. There was this. It's Father's Day card. Yes, I did. I looked at this and it had this in it. I do remember now. A Father's Day card. Somebody left that in there when they gave it to Goodwill. Goodness. Okay. Oh, there's nothing that tells about this. Nope. Nothing on the back. No, that just tells all about how. Doesn't tell about it. It just tells the book clubs like it and stuff. No. No, nothing. I was trying to find if there was anything anywhere. But no, no. 340 pages. So, yeah, woman in cabin 10. I think it's something about somebody went on, they're on in a, or cruise. That's the word I'm looking for. Um, they're on a cruise and somebody on the cruise sees, I think, they see a woman in a cabin 10 or something, and then she goes missing. I'm not entirely sure of it, but it's a thriller, and I've heard that thrillers, I haven't read, I think I've read one. Thrillers are best when you don't know what's going to happen, so I think it's just best to go without knowing, but you can look it up on Goodreads or whatever. I'll have it on my Goodreads, and I think I have my Goodreads. My Goodreads is always in my description, so you can go there and look and check it out. And then another middle grade, The Evolution of Calpurnia Tate. And this was a Newbery Honor book, and this is by Jacqueline Kelly. And this says Calpurnia Tate is 11 years old in 1899 when she wonders why the yellow grasshoppers in her Texas backyard are so much bigger than the green ones. With a little help from her notoriously cantankerous grandfather, an avid naturalist, she figures out that the green grasshoppers are easier to see against the yellow grass, so they are eaten before they can get any larger. As Callie explores the natural world around her, she develops a close relationship with her grandfather, navigates the dangers of living with six brothers, and comes up against just what it means to be a girl at the turn of the century. For some reason, I can't remember your name, but hey, incense shop, hey. And this came out, I don't see publication. Oh, this is copyright 2009. Came out in 2009, and it's the Newbery Honor book. And I've heard a lot of good things about it. I don't want to do that one yet. I'm going to do another Frederick Bachman. I have been amassing a little bit of a Frederick Bachman collection. Haven't read any of them. I need to. Haven't. I know, crazy, right? This one is My Grandmother Asked Me to Tell You She's Sorry. And like I said, it's by Frederick Bachman. Okay. And this is Elsa is 7 years old and different. Her grandmother is 77 years old and crazy. As a as in standing on the balcony firing paintball guns at strangers crazy. She is also Elsa's best and only friend. At night, Elsa takes refuge in her grandmother's stories, in the land of Almost Awake and the kingdom of Miami, where everybody is different and nobody needs to be normal. When Elsa's grandmother dies and leaves behind a series of letters apologizing to people she has wronged, Elsa's greatest adventure begins. Her grandmother's instructions lead her to an apartment building full of misfits, monsters, attack dogs, and old crones, but also the truth about fairy tales and kingdoms, and a grandmother like no other. My grandmother asked me to tell you she's sorry is told in the same comic accuracy and beating heart as Frederick Bachman's best-selling debut novel, A Man Called Uwe, Uwe, I don't know how to pronounce it, Avi or Uva or something. It is a story about life and death and one of the most important human rights, the right to be different. Oh my gosh, I will love it. Absolutely love it to pieces. That sounds right up my alley. Like totally, totally, totally. And isn't that 7-year old just so cute? And her dog, doesn't that just look like a nice read? Okay, I'll go to this one. And I think this was the last book I got. Not the last one in there, but it's just one of the last ones that I grabbed. It's called The Kitchen Witch. And this one's also got some texture by Annette Blair. And it says, is she a good witch or a bad witch? With a flip of her raven black hair, a flash of her topaz eyes, and a shake of a stick, rumored witch Melody Seabright has cast a spell on single dad Logan Stilgar. But what else can explain what's happening to him? Logan, a television producer, can't seem to concentrate on anything since he met his enchanting new neighbor. Logan Logan happens no, sorry. Logan Harper, she Logan hopes she is bad, very bad. When Logan agrees to help Melody find a job at his TV station, he never expects the culinary challenged siren to land her own cooking show. Her charisma keeps things bubbling on the set, and behind the scenes, things are starting to steam up between them. Logan knows he can't resist her charms, but is there more to their attraction than the here and now? If only he had a crystal ball to show him. So this is, I think, will be a good, just cute little romance book, maybe with a little theme, not maybe not too much. The Kitchen Witch by Annette Blair. This came out, flipped right to the page. Awesome. This is copyright 2004. And I haven't looked any of these books up, at least not now, not like since getting them. So I don't know if this is a, I think this is just a standalone. But now that I'm looking in the book on the side, Harlequin does stuff on the side. It'll tell you about it. Well, this is a Berkeley sensation contemporary romance. So I guess the way Hallmark, Harlequin has their books and their different things, I guess that's how Berkeley does it. And there's different imprints and different things. So I guess this is the sensation. This is a Berkeley sensation, and it is a contemporary romance. I think this is another middle grade. I like that I got sort of a variety of genres in this. This is another Newbery Honor book. This is Three Times Lucky by Sheila Turnage. Yeah, yeah, Sheila Turnage. Okay, that's what it looks like. Look at that, just screamed by you. And I just noticed there was two people. There's two people right there. I did not notice that before. Two people. That would have been good for middle grade make for silhouettes. Oh, hey, Lizzie. It's okay that you're not late. You're right on time. Yeah, you're fine. You'll miss seeing some of the books that I got, but you can go back and watch that. But this one, Three Times Lucky by Sheila Turnage, and trying to think, you also missed seeing my um computer need to be charged. Yeah, you missed that. Yeah, screen was black, and you got the circle of doom. Yeah. Then I come back on, or come back. My computer comes. I plug it in and then turn it back on, and it there's no internet access for like a full minute or more. Why? When I'm doing a live, why? Oh, you've read it? Oh, that's good. Good to know. I think I'll save it till middle grade March, but I'm gonna read the back. Meet Miss Moses LeBeau, rising sixth grader. Hey, Storm. I feel just all whatever having so many people here. Last time there was like one person. I love it. But I also didn't give hardly any notice last time. I gave a little bit longer notice this time. Oh, it's mystery. Awesome. Awesome. Two birds, one stone. Awesome. 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 So, meet Miss Moses LeBeau, rising sixth grade, rising sixth grader, natural born detective, borderline straight A student, and goddess of free enterprise. Mo washed ashore in Tupelo Landing, North Carolina, 11 years ago during one of the meanest hurricanes in history, and she's been making waves ever since. Mo's summer is looking good. She'll take karate with her best friend, Dale Earnhardt Johnson III, whose daddy believes in naming for the famous, and plot against her sworn enemy, Anna Celeste, aka Adela. She'll help out at the cafe run by the Colonel and Miss Lana, and continue her lifelong search for her upstream mother. But when the cafe's crankiest customer turns up dead and a city slick lawman shows up asking questions, Moe's summer takes an unexpected turn. With another hurricane bearing down on Tupelo Landing, Moe and Dale set out to save those they love and solve a mystery of epic proportions. This does sound cool, and this is what the back looks like. And I just get that sticker off, but oh, there's people and Moses LeBeau. I love that name, Moses LeBeau. Um, Trying to think. I think there's somebody in a show that I watch or used to watch. I'm very behind. I'm like 2 or 3 seasons behind. Hold on one moment. I gotta send a text. Oh, 1 second. I'm sorry. I had my phone on and it was on to the YouTube because I'm on StreamYard and I can see the StreamYard, but I can't see YouTube, so I have to have YouTube up. Live chat, live talk. Okay, let's continue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've done 7 books. I gotta get going. And here's another hardback one, and it's Christmas, a Christmas book. This is Keeping Christmas by Dan Walsh. Keeping Christmas. Dan opened an ugly ornament box and pulled out the top 3 ornaments, the ones wrapped in green paper, the kids' favorites, and set them on the coffee table. He picked up he picked up the first one, the biggest one, Anne's blue pine cone, and began to unwrap it. Without thinking, Judith walked up, stopped him, and gently took it out of his hands. She wrapped it back up and set it carefully in the box, then picked up the other 2 ornaments, put them in the box, and closed the flap. "What's the matter?" Stan said. "Did I do something wrong? I don't think I can do this." So that's all I know about this book, Keeping Christmas. So I don't know what the deal is, but I couldn't not get this book. It just screamed me. And on the back, you would be able to see the same Christmas gingerbread ornament, but just it's thicker. So yeah. And this, oh, okay, there's more on the inside flap. There is nothing more beautiful than family. For the first time since the children were born, empty nesters, Judith and Stan Winters spent Thanksgiving without the kids, and it's looking like Christmas will be the same. Judith can't bring herself to even start decorating for the holidays. Her kids always hung the first ornaments on the tree, ornaments they had made each year since they were toddlers. Sure, the ornaments were strange looking, Some were downright ugly, but they were tradition. With Judith refusing to decorate the bare spruce tree in the living room, Stan's only hope for saving the holiday is found in a box of homemade ornaments. And that's it. So, sounds good. Sounds like something I would like. I love Christmas, so. And this is copyright 2015. Um, and then on the inside, there's like, there's the ornament again. And then comes some of the books that I got that were Nicholas Sparks. I don't know if I had these. I think I got three. I think might already had one of these, but there was more that I could have got. The thing is, these are all hardback, and I want to own every Nicholas Sparks book because he's my favorite author. So, yeah. So I got, these are all, like I said, by Nicholas Sparks. This is A Bend in the Road. And it says recent. No, 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 no. Okay, I'll just start. Recently selected as the best author by readers of Entertainment Weekly, Nicholas Sparks, one of America's preeminent storytellers, now Sparks spins a tale about a man, a woman, and the devastating secret that threatens to keep them apart. A Bend in the Road. Miles Ryan Miles Ryan's life seemed to end the day his wife was killed in a hit-and-run accident 2 years ago. Missy had been his first love, and Miles fervently believes she will be his last. As a deputy sheriff in the North Carolina town of Newbern, Miles Ryan not only grieves for Missy, but longs to bring the unknown driver to justice. Then Miles meets Sarah Andrews, the second-grade teacher of his son Jonah. Sarah left behind Baltimore after a difficult divorce to start over in the gentler surroundings of Newbern. Perhaps it is her own emotional wounds that make her sensitive to the hurt she first sees in Jonah's eyes and then his father's. Tentatively, Sarah and Miles reach out to each other. Soon they are both laughing for the first time in years and falling in love. Neither will be able to guess how closely linked they are to a shocking secret, one that will force them to question everything they ever believed in and make a heartbreaking choice that will change their lives forever. A Bend in the Road, Nicholas Sparks writes with a luminous intensity about life's bitter turns and incomparable sweetness. His affirming message carries a powerful lesson about the imperfections of being human, the mistakes we all make, and the joy that comes when we give ourselves to love. And that's Nicholas Sparks. The next one is The Guardian. So there's the name, and then this one, I think read like half of it or something. Now, in this new novel, he daringly explores a darker realm of the heart in an explosive and emotional tale of betrayal and obsession. Julie Berenson young husband left her two unexpected gifts before he died: a puppy named Singer and the promise that he would always be watching over her. Now, 4 years later, 29-year-old Julie is far too young to have given up on love. She may be ready to risk caring for someone again, but who? Should it be Richard Franklin, the sophisticated, handsome engineer who treats her like a queen, or Mike Harris, the down-to-earth nice guy who was her husband's best friend? Choosing one of them should bring her more happiness than she's had in years. Instead, Julie is fighting for her life in a nightmare spawned by a chilling deception and jealousy so poisonous that it has become a murderous desire. The Guardian contains all the qualities readers expect from Nicholas Sparks, but here he adds a new electrifying intensity and page after page of riveting suspense. Okay, I read like half of this book or more. You can see it's not short, but it's not like 500 or 600 page book. It's like 300, 400 some pages. There was nothing except two guys liking this woman who was a widow. That widower. No, widow. It's a woman, it's a widow. That was it. All it was so far. There was nothing murderous, nothing whatever. The one guy who was her husband's best friend kind of thought the other guy was bad news, but that was it. The other guy was kind of laying it on a little thick. The the engineer guy, yeah, laying it on a little thick, and he was a little sketch, but not bad, not too bad. So it really, I DNF'd it, but it's Nicholas Sparks. I want to give it a chance, but it just, I want to own it because it's Nicholas Sparks, but I don't know if I'm going to read it, if that makes any sense. And it's not that I'm like, oh, I have to have every book that my favorite authors write. No, the only ones are Nicholas Sparks because I love Nicholas Sparks and his books. I love them so much. And then this one is The Choice. The Choice. And I know I read this, but I can't remember it. I'm gonna have to. Okay, I think I remember it. Okay. Over the years, number one New York Times bestseller, Nicholas Sparks has enraptured readers with his beautiful and heartrending stories. Now he turns his unrivaled talent to a new tale about love found and lost, and the decisions we hope we'll never have to make. The choice. Travis Parker has everything a man could want: a good job, loyal friends, even a waterfront home in small town North Carolina, in full pursuit of the good life: boating, swimming, and regular barbecues with his close buddies. He holds the vague conviction that a serious relationship with a woman would only cramp his style. That is, until Gabby Holland moves in next door. Despite his attempts to be neighborly, the attractive redhead seems to have a grudge against him, and the presence of her longtime boyfriend doesn't help. Still, Travis can't stop trying to ingratiate himself with his new neighbor, and his persistent efforts lead them both to the doorstep of a journey that neither could have foreseen, spanning the eventful years of young love, marriage, and family. choice ultimately confronts us with the most heart-wrenching question of all. How far should you go to keep the hope of love alive? This one was good. I liked it. It was about the two people, and I'm not going to spoil the end. Oh, that's all I'm going to say about Woman Her. And this one, this is, I couldn't believe that one, I can't believe somebody gave away all these good books. And two, I can't believe someone gave away this book. Maybe someone had to like read it for school and then they gave it away because they didn't want to read it or they didn't like it or whatever. I don't know if I'm gonna like it. I haven't read the other book the author wrote, and I don't remember. I don't know if this is like a sequel or it's just another book they wrote. But yes, Go Set a Watchman by Harper Lee. Yeah, I gotta get that off. And all it says on the back is Every Man's Island. Every Man's Island, Jean Louise. Every man's watchman in his conscience. Oh, every man's watchman is his conscience. What it says on the back. That's what it looks like. Let's see if from it. Okay. From Harper Lee comes a landmark new novel set due set two decades after her beloved Pulitzer Prize winning masterpiece to, to Kill a Mockingbird. Okay, so this is a sequel to To Kill a Mockingbird. Okay. It says Macomb, Alabama. 26-year-old Jean Louise Finch, scout, returns home from New York City to visit her aging father, Atticus, set against the backdrop of the civil rights tensions and political turmoil that were transforming the South. Jean Louise Jean Louise's homecoming turns bittersweet when she learns disturbing truths about her close-knit family, the town, and the people dearest to her. Memories from her childhood flood back, and her values and assumptions are thrown into doubt. Featuring many of the iconic characters from To Kill a Mockingbird, Go Set a Watchman perfectly captures a young woman in a world in in painful yet necessary transition out of the illusions of the past, a journey that can only be guided by one's own conscience. Written in the mid-1950s, Go Set a Watchman imparts a fuller, richer understanding and appreciation of Harper Lee. Here is an unforgettable novel of wisdom, humanity, passion, humor, and effortless precision. A profoundly, a profoundly affecting work of art that is both wondrously evocative of another era and relevant to our own times. It it not only confirms the enduring brilliance of To Kill a Mockingbird, but also serves as its essential companion, adding depth, context, and new meaning to an American classic. I have no idea how someone gave this book away. Why someone would give this book away. Even if I never was going to read it and I owned this book, there's no way I would ever give it away. Simply for the fact that it is a sequel to Kill a Mockingbird. It's the only reason I would never give it away. Okay, and that's all the hardback books that I have. And I have one book that's not like a book. It is a Gooseberry Patch book. It's Halloween. 200 bewitching recipes, crafts, and ideas. No, 200 bewitching recipes, crafts, and decorating ideas. Gooseberry Patch. And then this is the back. I'll just see. I don't know if there's a copyright on this. 2010. It's not that old. Here's some of the stuff. I can't even see if I'm doing it right. Okay. What did Lizzie say? A lot of people were really disappointed in Ghost at a Watchman. I haven't read it yet. Okay, so Lizzie hasn't read it yet. I haven't read it. But I don't know. I think I would. I guess there's different reasons different people could be disappointed in it. Or were they disappointed? Did like they read it and they were disappointed? Or were they disappointed in like a classic getting a sequel so long after? Or something like that. That's what I would need to know before I know how I feel about people getting upset about it. Okay. This, um, so let's see. This is the cozy mystery that I got. It's called Inked Up, a Stamping Sisters Mystery. Excuse me. By Terry Thayer. Includes instructions for a stamping project. And I'm guessing this is set in fall or like Halloween times. Yes, apparently Atticus had a whole different personality in Ghost at a Watchman. Okay. Being that I've never read um, To Kill a Mockingbird, and I've never seen the movie either, then I wouldn't know. If anybody in that's watching this live, or anybody in the comments later wants to set, if they've read To Kill a Mockingbird and this book, can you go set a Watchman? Kill Mockingbird and Go Set a Watchman. Can you give me your thoughts on it and tell me if I need to read To Kill a Mockingbird first before I read Go Set a Watchman? And I'm not a classics person, but I might could read Go Set a Watchman just for the hype. Yeah. And then Inked Up, I don't know what number it is or anything, but there was another book that had something on the side. It was like Berkeley or whatever. So Oh, it was that the one about the kitchen witch. Oh, okay, I understand that. Lizzie's saying you should probably read Ghost at a Watchman first. Then you won't be so disappointed. That's a good idea. That's a good reasoning or whatever. That's I like that. And probably, to tell you the truth, I would only read Ghost at a Watchman, and that's because I have it. And if I hadn't have found it at Goodwill for like $1.50, I would never have it because it's just not. It's such a great literary thing to have. It really is. Being somebody that likes books and is into that kind of thing, it's something great to have. But I was never gonna go buy it or even get it from the library because I'm just not a classic person, and it just didn't whatever. But when I saw it, I was just something made me get it. So I feel like maybe I should read it, but it probably won't be anytime soon. I know it's not gonna be over the summer, and probably not. She wrote Ghost at a Watchman first anyway. It just didn't get published until a few years ago. Oh my goodness. Did not know she wrote that first. Goodness. Well, that's interesting. Learn something new every day. Okay. So that this live is not 700 hours. I have inked up and two others in the series. Inked up is number two. Okay, it's number two. This book is number two. Okay. So I'll have to see if my library or something has the other, has the first one. Because I'm not one that reads series out of order. I'm not uh, Sarah from Bookish Knitter. I'm not her. I'm sorry, Sarah. No shade, but I'm not her. I don't read series out of order. If you can do it, do it. Whatever sets your heart. Whatever your heart's content. But for me, it's read them in order, order in order in order. Okay. So for that reason, it being the second, I'm not going to read back to you because I don't want to spoil anything. So, yeah, you just know. And Storm agrees with me. Yay. And also in the comments, tell me if you like reading series in order or if it doesn't matter to you. So, it looks like this. Inked up, and it's it's a Stamping Sisters mystery. Oh, and I just realized at the very top it has flowers, and I guess whichever one in the series it is where the skull is. So that tells me that it is the second one, and that's by Terry Thayer. The first book, Lizzie said, is called Stamped Out, and she likes to read in order. To see, sorry, Sarah, I just can't do it. And here's my other Frederick Bachman. Britt Marie was here by Frederick Bachman, of course. And all these books were $1.50, except for some of the for the hardback ones were $2.50. Well, actually $1.49 and $2.49. Why do places do that? Why don't they just do 50 instead of 49? Or do like $2 instead of 1.99? I don't understand that. Whatever. So Britt Marie was here. And the one that really got me wanting to read Frederick Bachman was Krista Books and at her channel is Books and Jams or Krista Books and Jams. I don't remember, but she read some and she loved it. So, and I don't know if Lizzie has talked about any. I'm gonna say maybe she read some. Did you read any, Lizzie Faye? Um, I don't know, but yeah. The back of this is at first sight, Britt Marie is a fussy, passive-aggressive busybody. But hidden inside her is a woman who has bigger dreams and a warmer heart than anyone around her imagines. When she finds herself alone for the first time in decades, she realizes she's spent her life making choices for the sake of other people. Is it too late for her to change? And in a small town of big-hearted misfits, can Britt Marie find a place where she truly belongs? Oh, this sounds interesting. I wonder what she's gonna do. Okay, Lizzie Faye said she's read a man called, I cannot pronounce it, Uwe, or a man called Uve. I don't know, Uzi. No, ah, I'm obviously not a literary grammar whatever. She's read a man called Uva, Uvi, Uve, Ave, whatever, and Anxious People by Frederick Bachman. Cool. And then let's see. I've got the last two books, and okay, this is Paradise Peak by Janet Daly. Says first time in print, and this one is a zebra contemporary romance. That's what the cover looks like. And then the back is with a wild with a wildfire burning its way towards Paradise Peak, Tennessee. Folks are drawing together to save the small mountain community. Times like these can make a hero out of a man, no matter what dark secrets he carries in his heart. A desire for absolution brought ex-con Travis Aldean to Paradise Peak, but when he finds honest work along with a keen sense of belonging, he shelves his plan to unburden his guilty secret, instead working to rehabilitate a range alongside the very people his transgressions hurt the most. With the chance to create a haven for wildfire refugees, Travis seizes the opportunity to do good to earn the respect his new boss shows him. Only Travis doesn't count on his feelings for his boss's beautiful niece. Hannah Newsom is a woman with a past as bleak as Travis's. The kind of woman he should protect, not pursue. But once the rugged loner sees her weariness turn to warmth, once he tastes the potent passion between them, All he can think about is having it all right here in Paradise Peak with Hannah by his side. Ooh, this will be good. And this last one is a Harlequin romantic suspense. And it's one of those, I think this is one of those bind ups of two stories that Sarah, the book knitter, always talks about. I'm not sure. It says it's got a bonus story. But this is The Ultimate Betrayal by Cat Martin. And it doesn't have the number on the side, so I'm not sure. Okay, this is a maximum security novel. Okay, and this is, I think, the first one, unless there is one called Maximum Security. That might just be the name of the series. And this came out first published in 2020. This edition was published in 2021. So the two books are The Ultimate Betrayal and then Before Nightfall. To prove her father's innocence, she'll have to turn a killer's sights on herself. When her father is accused of espionage and treason, journalist Jessie Keegan has no doubt the man she looked up to her entire life is innocent. Worse yet, before Colonel Keegan can stand trial, he's found dead of a heart attack. But Jessie knows it was murder. Forcing aside her grief, she's determined to use her investigative resources to clear her father's name. But going after the truth means Jessie soon finds herself in the crosshairs of a killer who wants that truth to stay buried with her father. Protecting Jessie Keegan is a job bodyguard Brandon Garrett can't refuse. Jessie isn't just a client at Maximum Security. She's the sister of his best friend Danny, who was killed in Afghanistan. With dangerous enemies gunning for Jessie from every angle, keeping her safe will mean keeping her close, and Brand finds their mutual attraction growing, though being Danny's sister puts Jessie out of bounds. With their backs against the wall, Jessie and Brand will have to risk everything to expose her father's killer before his legacy dies with his daughter. And that's the cover. Tate Martin, The Ultimate Betrayal, and it's a maximum security novel. And that's the last book. So, how was the haul? Good? Bad? Any of these books sound interesting to you? Have you read any of them? Just let me know in comments and all. And give me just a minute since I have like no room in on I'm sitting on my bed and I have like no room. I have to put all these books back in the bag so that I can put the bag on the floor. I'm excited. I was so happy to find all of these books. It was like I said, it was like God smiled on me that day at Goodwill. And I hadn't been to Goodwill in a good while when I um went this time. So Hold on 1 second. This does not want to do right. You know, I would be having trouble. And I'm fixing to get to the yarn portion of the show. Yay! One more book. Big old chunk of, well, two stories. So, yeah. There we go. Now I've got room. A little bit, anyway. And I'm sorry if I'm moving and the camera's moving and stuff. I'm just kind of uncomfortable in my spot, so I'll get to kind of shift. It's not going to be too much longer than I'm on. It's already 1:21. It's already been an hour and 21 minutes, so I'm not going to stay on a lot longer. So, obviously, that's just at Walmart. That's not right. It's not working. But the yarn cookers have, they do, it's three ladies. It's Julie, the whippy chick. These are all their YouTube things. Julie, the whippy chick. Ginger is Crochet Geek or something geeky. I can't remember. And then it's Melanie of Mel at, cannot remember, but they do a live show every Saturday at 5 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, no, Central, 4 p.m. Central, 5 Eastern, 4 Central. And they also have a Facebook group, and every month they take turns choosing what to do for each month. Well, it's Ginger's month, and cannot remember her YouTube. It'll be linked in the description. But I may not have all the description stuff done for a few days. So please give me some time. Please. They do a challenge on their Facebook group, and it was Ginger's turn, and she just had a grandbaby. So this month's theme is baby. So I saw this at Walmart yesterday. Yeah, and it's Mandala Baby from Lion Brand. It's 5.3 ounces or 150 grams and 590 yards. And it's 100% acrylic, and it's a light gray, and it's number 216, and the colorway is Narnia. Oh, that's a little better. So I thought I would make a hat, make baby hats or something. I want to go back and if they have, or maybe look online and see if they have blue or like, not blue, they have boy colors, because one of my sister's friends, she just had daughter just turned 1, and then a few weeks before that, like 2 maybe, she had, um, yeah, I thought it was really pretty, and it was only like $5. So I thought for like 500 something yards of yarn, $5 wasn't too bad. But my sister's friend had a little boy a few weeks before her daughter turned 1, so I thought I would make each of them a hat and enter that in the challenge. And that's another thing that you can tell me in the comments or in the comments now. You know now. If anybody knows any good baby hats or baby girls, baby toddler hats, hat patterns that are crochet. I don't knit. Wish I did, but I don't. So any of those patterns that are crochet, can you just tell me in the comments or in the comments on the side what, tell me the name of the pattern and I'll go look it up, or can you link to where it is? I know you can't in the, like in the chat, but you could in the comments below. You could link it, so that would be helpful. And then my project that I'm working on is I'm using, can't think of the name of the yarn. It's only 2 colors of yarn. It is Craft Smart, Never Enough, I guess. It's Craft Smart, and the color name is Peach. Peach. And I got it at Michael's. It's been a while since I got it, so I probably need to. I don't think these are going to be enough. This one is Craft Smart, Never Enough, and these are both a medium 4, and the color of this one is seafoam green. And when I showed it last time, I had done all the green of the trying to think the pattern that I'm using. My sister came up with this for me because I wanted it to kind of be like a gradient. So it's where it goes from the green into the peach, or the seafoam to the peach. And I had done, there's like you do so many of the green, you do 1 peach, so many green, 2 peach, so many green, 3 peach. And you get less and less on how many green you do until it starts out, there was 8 rows of green, and I think I had 7 rows at the time. So I have done all 8 rows, 1 of the peach, I done 1 row of peach, and then I done 1 or 2 rows of green again. So I'll show it. And this the green. Yeah, they're big skeins. And this, and I know this looks like pink, but it's, at least to me in this room it does. And on screen it looks very light, but it is not that light, and it is not a pink. It is truly a peach. When you see it in the pattern or in the afghan, you'll realize that it really is peach. No, I just barely started. Oh, yeah, I did 2 rows and barely started the third of the next part of the green. So I can't even do my arms. That's how it looks. Right now it just looks like a scarf, but I had it like down here somewhere before. It was like down here. But now it's okay. Where am I at? Let me see. Okay, and there's going to be 72 rows total. And if anybody wants like how my sister wrote it out, I can do that for you. I can put that in the comment, in the, not the comments, in the description below. But like I said, it's going to be a few days. So, yeah, and that's what it was. But I don't remember how long I made it. So, I'm not going to do that. But all it is however many chains I did. And then I went back in with double crochet in each one. And at the end of each row, well, at the end of the chain, when I go back in the second or third one, and then at the end of each row, I chain 2 and turn it, and then when you go back, you don't, the chain 2 is not one of um, is not the first one, so you actually go in the very first double crochet from the previous row. That's the first stitch of the next row. So usually the way I had always been taught that a straight back and forth afghan was, or anything straight back and forth, was you go into the second, because the chain is the first stitch. But in this one it's not. And I think that's how I'm gonna do all of the afghans that I ever do, or anything I do that's like this. I think I like that better than I do having the chain be part of it. So, and then what you do is just a simple 8 of one color. Like take one color and there's 8, and then there's 1, and then there's 7 and 2, so on and so forth, like that. But I can write it all out if you want me to in the description. Just if anybody wants that, or maybe I'll just do it anyway. That's all I'm gonna put is like the color, how the color does, not like anything else. So yeah, and then I had started something else, and I think I might have showed it when I done my live last week or the week before, but I'm going to take it out and do it. It's just straight back and forth. And what I was going to do is just, I've got all of these partial skeins of yarn that I've used. I've made some of them I've used to make granny squares. And they're not full skeins, but they're not like just a little bit. So what I was going to do is just crochet, make an afghan, but like just crochet and crochet and crochet until like this is done, and then randomly pick like either this or this, which is totally not that color. It's more watermelon. That's not the name of it, but that's what it should be. Watermelon. It's what it looks like to me. Just choose one of those, and then look at yellow. And I know I have a purple somewhere, but I don't know where it is. It seems to have just disappeared. So, yeah. Alright, bye Storm. I'm fixing to be done. I'm just talking about this, and then I think I'm gonna do a prayer and then go. So if anybody has any prayer requests, just put them in the chat, and I'll be sure to pray for those at the end. I don't know if I'm going to end every live this month that I do with a prayer, but I know I'm going to end this one with one. But what I was saying is I'm just going to use all of those colors and just, I'm positive that somewhere there is a purple in like this kind of yarn. I don't remember what the yarn is, but I bought it all when it was on sale from Hobby Lobby. I do remember that much. And so I think I'm going to take this back out, and I might make it a little longer because that doesn't look that long. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm just going to go as long as there's yarn, all of the yarn, and then randomly pick one of the other colors and use that and do it and just see what I have when I'm done. And it may only be long enough to, I don't know how long it'll be, how long, wide I'll do like, I might do 200, I don't even know if I'll do it that long. I do like 170 or something. I'm not sure, but I kind of want to focus on this one first. I'm asking for like everything in my comments, but how about somebody help me come up with a name for this? But I'll talk more about that in my next live, which is going to be next Monday at 7:30. So let's see. I think that's it. I think that would be everything that I had planned for tonight. So let me know if you have any patterns for baby hats. Let me know if you've read any of those books and how you like them or whatever, or if you're interested in reading any of them or anything like that. And yeah, and if there's any prayer requests that anybody has, they can put it either in the chat now or they can put it in the comments after, and I'll be sure to pray about it and stuff. So I've had a very enjoyable hour and 40 minutes. And if it's an hour, okay, yeah, I started late. I was wondering why the time was what it was, but I started late. So, I think we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna close with a prayer. God, thank you so much for this live. I'm so happy that I was able to do it and that you blessed me to be able to have this time and everything, and that more people, you blessed me with people. No one hardly watched when I did it a week or so ago, and I'm just so thankful for anybody that came and watched and commented, and even if you didn't comment, if you just watched, or if you gave me a thumbs up or something. And that's something I didn't say, God, but so if I have any thumbs up, thank you so much. And because that helps so much, so thank you. And I just, I pray that everything goes good for the people that watched and that this video is good and it helps people. I don't know how it can help people, God, but it's just something enjoyable for people to watch, or they like it, or whatever. So I want to thank you, and I hope that everybody that's in the chat now and everybody that has been in the chat is blessed, and if they have any problems going on in their lives, that you help them, please, and that you just, if they have a YouTube channel or they're trying to grow an Instagram following or whatever, Facebook, whatever, or if they have a business or whatever they're doing, help them with that. I know Lizzie Faye has a daughter that has medical problems, and help her to have good health and everything, and help her other daughter as she's graduated, and I think she graduated. I'm not positive, but help her with everything and help Lizzie Faye and her husband and everything, and help them with everything going on in their lives, and Cozy Row, and I got it right, I think. Thank you, God. And help her with everything going on in her life and all her social media if she's trying to do that and all. And help Incense. I can't think of his name, but help him and help Storm. Those three people, I think, yeah, Storm. Help her with what she's going through, and help her with her YouTube and any other social media, and help Noni May, help her with her stuff and everything going on in her life and her socials and everything. And if I've missed anybody that was in the chat, I'm very sorry. I don't mean to. I just can't remember. So if anybody else is in the chat, help them, and help anybody that leaves a comment after the video is on the channel, is posted on the channel, and help everybody that reads it, that watches it, help them to have it to be a good video for them, help them with anything they're struggling with, help them if they have any socials, any YouTube, any business, anything, any health problems, anything like that. Help the people on all my socials, help them, and anything going on in their lives, anything they need prayer for, help them answer their prayers. And thank you for letting us have such a good live stream. And please bless the rest of the month's live stream. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. And that is goodbye, or more like good night. And happy reading. It's happy reading, happy crafting, and goodbye. And God bless.